problem with electric cars is they're still cars. But for most people, they're going, I understand a car and I can get an electric one of doing what I do now. And so it is better. We would, if everyone switched to electric cars, we could double the amount of energy available in the world, and that would last a few more years before it's absorbed. But with an electric bike, we're talking about a 10 to 20 times increase in the amount of energy efficiency. So it's a good example. A Prius gets 40 to 50 miles per gallon. The electric bike gets the equivalent maybe of 2,000 miles per gallon on a dollar basis. So you think that's 40 times as efficient, or you could have 40 electric bikes on the road or one Prius. And then think about building these Priuses. They weigh 2,500 pounds or in that range. Electric bikes about 50 pounds. So again, you can build 50 electric bikes out of the raw materials as one Prius. So if we really want to solve the energy problem, solve the transportation in the world, electric bikes are a much better way to do it. The added side effect is people are getting healthy, which is maybe more of a crisis than even the fuel crisis. One of the aspects of an electric bike is it actually is appropriate technology for where batteries are at today. Batteries are still very expensive, but if you look at what you can do with a bicycle with a battery and the end results you get out of it, being able to travel up to 50 miles on some of these electric bikes on a single charge, which is maybe 10 or 20 cents. So you can go 50 miles. I mean, an electric car will never approach that. So you have something that really works where technology is today. And there'll be a time in the not too distant future where we look back at gas cars and people will be aghast that we use them because of the pollution they created, the wastefulness of resources, and they'll go, how did you ever do that? The way we lived before is not the way we can live in the future. It's just a fact of life. Any way you add it up with 6 billion or 8 billion people, we cannot do what we did with 500 million. So we have to look to the future. We have to change the way we're living. We have to make choices, and we have to be forward thinking. I talked to someone the other day, and they have a truck, and they need that truck. They transport horses and things with a truck. And so they could go and buy another car, say an electric car, but then they have two cars. And the electric car they'd use maybe half their time and use their truck the other time. The other solution is to buy an electric bike. It's a small investment compared to a car. It doesn't require insurance. There's no registration. There's literally no upkeep. It doesn't die just sitting there. It doesn't need oil changes and radiator flushes and gearbox changes and all that. So you ride the electric bike on all those small errands we talked about, or maybe commute. So maybe, say you take a quarter of those trips, or half, somewhere in there, that you're driving with your truck, and use the electric bike. Your fuel economy is effectively doubled of your truck in approaching a Prius. But you haven't had to buy a Prius, and you still own the truck. And that's what we Americans have to look at. I mean, most people, the average is we own 2.2 cars already. We don't need more cars.
With the addition of electric power, the bicycle has become a viable alternative to the car. In the last 5 years, there has been a phenomenal growth in the sales of electric bikes around the world.
We're adapting a tool, the bicycle, to work in our environment with the way we are today. Always remember the health aspect, the human aspect, the mental exhilaration you're getting. You're not sitting in traffic. I mean, this is a paradigm shift. And so people, early adopters, are seeing this. They're changing their life. But we have to start looking at things differently. And a world without oil, which is coming, is going to make people think differently. And we can do it in advance. You can wait till you're at your doctor and he says you're going to die in a couple months because of your clogged veins. Or you can take action now because you realize what you need to do.